Just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Alrighty, well, happy Friday. This is the best Friday of the year. We had some really good sniper executions. So in this video, we'll be giving a quick day trading recap. You'll learn about the entries, the exits, kind of the thought process behind the trades, just so you can profit too. So today was a really good day trading day. The profit and loss doesn't matter as much as the entries and exits, but if you want to take a quick look, you can see kind of our orders and our fills. But if we're taking a look right about here and right about here is our profit for the day. So it was the best Friday of the year because I'm notoriously bad at Fridays. But as we post in the room every morning, the YouTube chat, our favorite kind of trades for the day. So in the morning, we posted to go long on Workhorse over 23.50. We said to target 24.50 and 25. We talked about Apple over 109.75. So Apple got a nice move up. Didn't trigger the 109.75, but right about here triggered 109.75, and we said to target about the 110.75. That's this green line right here. So that would have been a nice trade, 109.75 to 110.75, depending on how many option contracts you get, if you're doing shares, whatever it may be. We said to go long on Beyond over 150. And I did not take this trade, but you could have taken this trade right over here over 150, had a nice move up, and then a bull flag, and then a pop. We said target 152, 153, and went as high as 154 on Beyond. We said, and then lastly, we said to go long on SQ over 153.50. And so SQ had a nice little triangle pattern, and then went over 153.50, and then SQ popped. So we'll talk about that trade a little bit later, but it was a monster day today. So our first trade of the day was Workhorse, WKHS. And as you guys may know or not know, the all-time high breakout pattern is my favorite pattern. So when a stock makes fresh new all-time highs, that's usually my favorite pattern to buy and go long. That happened last week. But my second favorite setup is actually the back test of the all-time high. So Workhorse popped this 22.99 level. That's right about here. This was the old all-time high. And we rode that up all the way to about 30, and then we came back into the old all-time high. It's generally a zone, definitely got really oversold. So we grabbed some shares in the 22.93 area, and today we actually got the pop, and Workhorse had some good news, something about like their battery can go a lot longer now, so that's really good news, and especially after bouncing on the old all-time high, it's going to be a good setup to basically day trade. So our first trade on the day was over 23.50. And so that was right about here, 23.50. That was after this little bull flag, 22.48, but it was over 22.50. Got a nice push up, did not take profits at 23.92. And then we got a nice pull down, right down to the moving average. And I actually added at 23.50 again. Solid trade. What I wish to do better next time is to hold the core position longer. So you have multiple contracts, multiple shares. You want to be able to hold one if you think there's going to be a bigger move happening throughout the day. And then you can work in and out as you're holding that core position. So to recap, we went long just over 23.50. We added when it back tested 23.50. And again, our stop is a 5-minute close below 23. We never got that. So that was very fortunate. And then we got this nice push up. And so I took one contract off at 24.20. And boy, was I glad I did that because Workhorse started to really come down. And then we actually started bull flagging. So I actually added another contract over 24.25. So one contract out at 24.20, added back in at 24.20. Then we got a nice push up to 24.60. I took it off at 24.50. And then we got this nice, good triangle pattern. And I really should have added over this, but I figured, I've got enough. I'm risking Workhorse, especially with the shares and stuff like that. So there's a nice triangle pattern. You can buy this candle right about here, 24.40 if you want extra confirmation over 24.50. And then we took off our last contract right about 24.25, and this is on the stream. So that just represents this top of this demand zone, or supply zone, I should say, because we're coming into it. And that was just right about here. This area is a lot of congestion. This red candle right here indicates on the daily chart that there is a little bit of resistance there. So 505 into 658. So nice solid trade on Workhorse. So our next trade of the day and last trade of the day was on SQ. And SQ, we said to go long over 153.50. And we did just that. So we got this nice, good triangle pattern. And right about here, we started forming a bull flag. I didn't get long at 153.50. I paid a little bit more. I went long at about 153.88. And then right about this time, the fire alarm in my apartment started going off. And you can see it on the live stream, but it was crazy. I was like, oh no, I'm in this SQ trade. It's going well, but I'm going to have to come out of it. And it was actually really lucky. I happened to get out my contract right at about 155. So that was a nice solid trade from 153.80 all the way to 155. Then as I'm sitting outside as there's a potential fire or whatever might be happening, we have Parker the cat outside, everybody's standing out. It's crazy. We got this nice little bull flag pattern on a higher time frame. The reason it's on a higher time frame, let's go to a 5-minute chart, a little bit cleaner on a 5-minute chart. And right about there on this candle, this is the igniting candle of the bull flag over 154. So we just got to move from 154 and we just got really extended. And I sold right in front of this green line about 155.84, just in front of 156. And so SQ, that was a nice revenue trade of 147 into 219, $72. So that basically recaps the day trade. And so moving forward, the overall market, SPY, super important to pay attention to. SPY, looking good actually right now, especially right now. But as long as we close the day above 325, there shouldn't be further downside. But, I mean, there always is a chance. But the higher probability is that we go sideways to slightly higher at this point in time. Sideways to slightly higher, we just put in a higher low. Now we're trying to get the trend change. PPO, momentum oscillator, is looking good to the upside. So if we can close the day above 325, I'd love to close the day above 327.50. Then we might get a move all the way up to like 330, 331. So, and then if we close the day below 321.74, 321.50, that would be very bad for the market. I would not swing too many bullish positions, and I'd definitely get some hedges, maybe get some SPXS calls, SPQQ calls, maybe just liquidate some of your shares, all that great stuff. So that's kind of our analysis for the day. Best Friday of the year. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.